Welcome to Greensboro Viewmaster Crowdsourced TV, where we focus on the inner life of Greensboro. Sponsored by Crescent Productions, your pro resource for multi-camera live stream events. And by Artisan Advertising and Video, your a la carte advertising agency and video production house. Also sponsored by Film Machine, Highway 29 Motion Pictures, Fellow Travelers, Trep TV, and First Light Films.
So I'm here with Taylor Ridge.
Hi.
Model and actress, Greensboro girl.
Greensboro, here I am.
Yeah, so because this is called Greensboro Viewmaster, we like to talk a lot about Greensboro. So let's just start with some background on you. Are you from Greensboro? Were you born here?
I was not born in Greensboro. I was actually born in High Point.
Oh,
lived
close.
there for a couple of years, which I don't remember obviously, and then moved to Clemens and Winston-Salem for a few years. Came back in 2004 to High Point, moved to Greensboro in 2010.
Okay, nice. And you are, I know you as an actress because you did a film with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, a different drummer, which is still in post, which is going to be out soon, I promise.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, along with Taylor Bays and some other people. Billy Ingram is in that film.
Yeah.
And we just interviewed. Isn't that funny? Just thought of that. So, but one of the things you do is you do live body art modeling.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
It's live body paint modeling.
Okay.
I've been doing that for about 4 years now. Last year kind of really took off whenever I started doing some promotional modeling for Living Art America, which last year first time came to the Greensboro Coliseum. It's the International Northern America Body Painting Championship, which is probably one of the biggest events that happens in the country, honestly.
And this was done in Greensboro.
In Greensboro. Like, you don't see that happening in LA, you don't see that happening in Miami. It's happening right here in Greensboro.
And how did it get to Greensboro?
Madeline Greco and Scott Frey, who help run most of Living Art America and do everything for it. They are Reedsville natives, and
Okay.
it used to be in Atlanta, and I'm not really sure exactly what made them move it to Greensboro, other than location being a little bit closer for them to be a little bit more hands-on, but Greensboro has had a very positive reaction to live body paint in general.
Yeah, we have. So for some of us, live body painting is a new phenomenon.
Yep.
Is there, and I haven't studied it, I didn't Google it. How did it come about? Do you know much about its history or its origins?
I honestly don't know a lot about the origins of it. I just kind of know a little bit more about how it's happening worldwide. And I feel, based off what I do know, that it was happening a lot more in other countries before it was happening necessarily here. Like if you go to Austria, where the World Body Painting Festival is, which just happened like last week and the week before, it's huge over in Europe.
Wow, those darn Austrians. But you know, when I think of, I'm racking my brain. I mean, if you go back to pictures of the Egyptians, they're very painted people, oftentimes elaborate makeup and headdresses and costumes. And then also the Hindus, you know, there are some festivals in India that are extremely elaborate. And of course, there's the throwing, you know, powdered paint on people, that festival, I forget the name of it. But there's also a tradition of body painting, you know, for festival. And I'm just wondering, you know, how is it that it came about here? It seems like tattoos are one of those steps in that direction. Would you say that? The idea that people are going to decorate their bodies, but with the living art, body art.
So
it's different.
Tattoos are so much more permanent. Canvases are more permanent. Whenever you have a blank canvas that you can paint and that you can really get to bring your art to life in a different way, think about how much more interactive that is. how much more you are able to take in a piece of art whenever there is someone live there that is able to move in a way that can tell you a different kind of story than what just a blank solid canvas can. And then you can wash it off and start all over.
Yeah.
Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it? Is it?
Oh, I love
what is the downside to it for you?
The downside is definitely standing still for long periods of time. It's definitely a patience type of art.
Does it tickle when you get painted?
I mean, the first few times I got painted, it's a little different. I mean, there's different parts of your body that
are more ticklish.
And whatnot, and a little bit more subjective to the cold water mixed with the paint going onto your skin.
They can't warm it up.
I mean, if you get warm,
I guess it could.
It's water based, so think about like sweating, because people do that.
Yeah. So
like there are alcohol based paints that stay on a little bit more for like underwater, hot temperatures and whatnot, but it's a little bit more rough on your skin.
Yeah.
Versus the water base.
But what is it about being the model for it that you appreciate, that you enjoy?
The fact that not only do I look so beautiful in this paint that I'm wearing, I don't feel like I am partially naked or nude. I don't feel like, I feel very empowered. I'm 5'1", I'm a very tiny girl, and I'm still very standout. I still am super tall in my presence. I'm able to be a part of this art that this artist created. They tell a story to me about what they're putting on my body while they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
they tell you what they're doing. They're telling you why.
Absolutely. You should know every part of the element that is on your body. So if someone comes up to you and asks you, what's the significance of that crow right there,
mm-hmm.
or whatever, you're able to tell them why exactly that artist put that on your body. And you get to really get into the character. It's more like acting. It's more acting to me, because you get into character, and you get to just really bring this artwork to life in a different way that the artist wants you to, versus it being still.
Well, looking for something there. I need to queue up. When did you start doing it first time?
The first time I did a body paint modeling was about 4 years ago, and it was Torso Up. It was by Caitlin Davis, who I still work with now. It was supposed to be a gold leaf idea that turned into just some paint mixed with a wonderful headpiece, and I never felt so empowered in my photos. I've been doing pinup modeling and whatnot, but it just got so boring and so repetitive. And no matter what, like with body paint modeling, each time you're doing it, even if you are posing almost the exact same way that you would be posing in a different picture with a different piece of art, it's still going to be something conceptually different that the viewer is taking in, versus the same pinup pose and model doing the exact same thing with different clothes on.
Yeah. Now I have two questions, I guess, but the first one is, for 4 years your body's been painted.
Yeah.
You've been a canvas for different artists.
Absolutely.
Their visions essentially you've been wearing, you've been embodying. Has it affected you in a spiritual sense, in a deeper sense than just having your body painted?
Absolutely. A lot of people ask me how I'm able to stand so still while I'm getting live painted. They find it so crazy that a person can stand that still. For me, it's while I'm getting painted, it's almost like a meditative type of thing. I'm relaxing and just enjoying the fact that I am being turned into something that I can't visually be able to grasp what's going on to my body till the very end, because it's a whole big photo. Like I may have like an owl on this leg and a bat on this other leg, but I won't know how it's coming together till it's all at the end. And so while this artist is telling me this great and powerful story about what they're putting on my body, I'm kind of putting myself in a serene state just thinking about it, and thinking about how am I going to portray this the best way that I can, so that I am just getting the art across the way that the artist wants me to get it across.
Essentially, being a body paint artist canvas, you have been put into a state where you have to really still your mind and really just stay in the moment. Is it hard for you to do that otherwise?
I think so.
Yeah,
my
it
mind
is for
goes
most
about
people.
it goes about 50,000 miles a minute whenever I'm a server. So like think about the multitasking that goes with that. I'm so used to multitasking that it's whenever I'm doing this one thing, I get to just do this one thing.
Nice, nice. Well, tell us where people can, if they wanted to say, hey, I want to meet her, she's an interesting person, how could they meet you? Where do you work, and is it cool for people to drop by and say, hey, Taylor, I saw you? And
I'm not sure how my owners would feel about releasing where I work, just because of that, but I work at a very, very popular restaurant that is nationally known in Greensboro.
so you have to try all the restaurants
And then figure out which
in
one.
search of Taylor.
We have a great craft beer selection too.
As a hint. So you got like 5 or 6 choices.
That changes daily.
Okay, more hints. More hints.
They are expanding too, so really excited about that. As far as where to see me, just about every first Friday during the summer, you will see body paint models and artists walking around Greensboro promoting for Living Art America, something I mentioned earlier. This year I actually just started organizing all the artists and models for a lot of these promotional events leading up to Living Art America.
Nice. So you're getting into some event planning and things?
That's actually taken a leap.
Really?
Because
I know you're interested in it.
I've organized 2 live events. One was at Corner Bar in preparation for Brews Fest, which also happens in Greensboro at the Coliseum. Freedom Beverage had some breweries that were wanting to sponsor some artists for Center for Visual Artists, which is a nonprofit that we wanted to give back to. And that turned out great. Before that, it was just a live event at a little dive bar called New York Pizza. We just had 5 artists, 5 models. I had a DJ. You know, just something different to do besides the typical bar scene.
Yeah.
Trying to delve more into bringing more things to do in Greensboro.
Good. Good. Well, you need to stay in touch with us and let us know about your events, and we'll try to help promote them.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So I think we're going to wrap this up with Taylor, but we do have a interview we did. Chuck, if you see the cue up there, let me try this again. Just stand by, Chuck. You're not getting it? Okay. Well, you just go to a logo or something and we'll come back. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
You're precious.
Thank you for having me.